What if the reason you feel stuck isn't because you're not doing enough, but because your mind is doing too much? Think about that for a second. Right now, while you're watching this, your brain is probably juggling 100 things. Stuff you should have said, stuff you wish you did, stuff you're scared is coming. And the wild part? Most of that noise isn't even real. It's just thoughts. Stories your mind keeps replaying on a loop. And today I want to tell you a story that might help you finally shut that noise off and breathe. Again. There was a young man who lived on the edge of a small town where nothing ever really happened. No big dreams, no flashy lifestyles, no constant chase for more, just dirt roads, old trees, and quiet mornings. Every day before sunrise, he walked down to the river with an empty basket on his back. Not to catch fish, not to collect anything valuable, just to sit. People thought he was wasting time. They'd say, "Man, you could be grinding right now. You could be making money. You could be building something." He'd smile and keep walking. See, this dude wasn't lazy. He wasn't lost. He was tired of living in his head, tired of carrying thoughts that weren't helping him move forward. So instead of filling his days with noise, he emptied his mind. Most people don't realize how heavy their thoughts are until they try to put them down. We wake up already stressed, phone in hand, notifications screaming, comparing ourselves to people who look successful but might be miserable behind the scenes. We don't even give our minds a chance to wake up slowly. We just throw it straight into chaos. The young man used to be like that too, overthinking everything, worried about being enough, afraid of falling behind. He tried chasing every goal, every trend, every version of success the world sold him. And all it did was leave him burned out and empty. So one day he stopped, not quit life, just stopped feeding the noise. When he sat by the river, he didn't try to meditate like some guru. He didn't force peace. He just watched the water move. And slowly, without trying, his thoughts stopped fighting each other. The past stopped yelling. The future stopped threatening. And for the first time in a long time, he felt present. That's the part nobody talks about. Being present sounds simple, but it's rare. Most people are physically here but mentally somewhere else. And that disconnect is exhausting. One afternoon, an older man from the city showed up. Sharp clothes, loud voice, always checking his phone. He noticed the young man sitting quietly and laughed. Said, "You look like you're doing nothing with your life." The young man didn't get defensive, didn't clap back. He just said, "I'm doing nothing on purpose." That line messed the old man up, because deep down he wished he knew how to do nothing without feeling guilty. The city taught him that rest was weakness. Silence was wasted time. Stillness meant you were falling behind. The young man stood up, picked up a handful of sand and let it fall through his fingers. "The tighter you hold," he said, "the more you lose." Then he walked away. That's the truth nobody wants to hear. We grip our thoughts too hard. Our fears, our plans, our expectations, and in trying to control everything, we lose ourselves. Emptying your mind doesn't mean you stop caring about your life. It means you stop letting every thought control your emotions. It means realizing you don't have to react to everything. You don't have to answer every message immediately. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. And you definitely don't have to carry guilt for choosing peace. That the world is loud on purpose, because a quiet mind is hard to manipulate. When you're constantly distracted, you're easier to control, easier to sell to, easier to stress out. But when you slow down and empty your mind, you start seeing things clearly. You notice patterns. You notice what drains you and what fuels you. The young man eventually became known as the calm one. Not because he never had problems, but because he didn't panic when they showed up. He understood that most things pass. Emotions rise and fall. Thoughts come and go. And you don't need to attach your identity to every feeling you experience. That's a game changer. Think about how many times you've thought, "I'm not good enough. I'm behind. I messed everything up." Those are thoughts, not facts. But when your mind is full, they feel real, heavy, permanent. Empty your mind, and they lose their grip. Years later, people from the town started sitting by the river too. At first it felt awkward, sitting in silence, no phone, no music, just being. But slowly they started feeling lighter, more patient, less reactive. Their problems didn't disappear, but they stopped feeling crushed by them. Here's the part you need to hear. Peace isn't found by adding more to your life. It's found by removing what doesn't belong. You don't need every opinion. You don't need every update. You don't need to replay that embarrassing moment from years ago. You don't need to worry about stuff you can't control. Half of what stresses you out never even happens. Empty your mind. Let the unnecessary thoughts leave. Let the comparisons fade. Let the pressure ease up. Because when your mind is empty, creativity shows up. Clarity shows up. Confidence shows up. You stop second-guessing every move. You stop asking everyone for validation. You trust yourself again. The young man didn't become rich or famous, but he became free. Free from the constant mental war most people live with. And that kind of freedom, you can't buy it. Right now, take a breath. Just one. Notice how your body feels. That's presence. That's the doorway to peace. You don't need to change your whole life today. Just start with your mind. Question your thoughts. Slow down your reactions. Create moments of silence. Even if it's just a few minutes, because an empty mind isn't weak. It's powerful. It's focused. It's dangerous in the best way. Empty your mind and watch how your life starts to feel lighter, clearer, and more yours than it's ever been. Let the noise fade. Let the calm in. And remember, you're not falling behind. You're finally waking up.